So Nick Cannon is saying that his new haircut makes him want to impregnate the world. Y'all disappointed in this man, Nick Cannon, bro. Nick Cannon's haircut makes him want to impregnate the world. Nick Cannon has gained a reputation for having numerous children and baby mamas. It has gotten to the point where he struggles to remember all of his kids' names. Yo, what the fuck, bro? Yo, this is yo. I've always said, and I'm gonna say this point for later though. I'm gonna say this point for later because it's so true about him. Nevertheless, he remains committed to providing his children with a good life and shows them a lot of affection. Recently, Cannon celebrated the 12th birthday of his twins, Monroe and Moroccan, whom he shares with Mariah Carey. Carey was also in attendance for the celebration. To make the occasion extra special, Cannon went above and beyond by closing down Six Flags for a private party with his children's friends. He shared the festivities with his followers on Instagram, where he posted a video of the party. The clip shows the children surrounded by their loved ones, smiling and enjoying themselves. In the background of 50 Cent's In the Club can be heard playing. Rock and Roll's 12. We shutting down. Magic Mountain, Six Flags, doing what big 12-year-olds do. The Big 12, let's go, he exclaimed in the video. His twins' birthday isn't the only thing Nick is happy about. Nick leans into his baby-making persona. So Nick says this on Twitter, which is crazy. He says, something about a fresh haircut that makes you feel like you can impregnate the world, laughing. You know what he said like last month that threw me off? This man said he wanted to get Taylor Swift a baby. And Taylor Swift obviously didn't respond to that. But like Nick Cannon seems to be like so obsessed with like making children. Nick Cannon's frequent and notable baby making endeavors have been the talk of the town for a while now. He made headlines last month that they're claiming that his sperm was so potent that birth control couldn't stop it. In an interview with the Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast, Cannon stated that he has practiced birth control in the past but still ended up fathering children. To him, this suggests that he has super sperm or something of the sort. Despite this, Cannon has attempted to be responsible and learn from his experiences. That's cap. He has not attempted to do anything of the sort. Nick Cannon seems more fascinated with the act of reproducing than he is with the act of bringing up a new generation of cannons into the world and like cultivating them and educating them and teaching them and just like raising a new generation of people from his family. Am I wrong in thinking that? I really think Nick Cannon is just more fascinated with the act of just spreading his seed, which there's nothing wrong with wanting to broaden your family in terms of just raw numbers and have a bunch of children. But when you can't even remember their names, when they're so spread out, it's not a good idea to do that. And one of the main reasons why what Nick Cannon is doing is so chaotic is the fact that in the moment, it seems like a great idea. I have all these kids. I'm spreading my seed. I'm going to have all these descendants. I'm going to have this big old clan. No, you're not. You're not. And I'm going to tell you why. These kids are all going to live separate lives from one another, bro. They all got different mamas. And if Nick Cannon is paying a decent amount of money in child support to all of them, they're all probably going to be living their own fairly decent individual separate lives from each other. Even though they're siblings from one parent, they're not going to view one another or perceive one another as just true raw family. Family isn't just blood relation. It's spending every day with each other, going through the same things together, seeing the same things together, going to the same events together, supporting one another. Family is life. It's not just blood. It's life. It's experiencing things together. And as these kids grow up and more than likely will not experience everything together, it's going to be impossible for him to have this perfect brood, this perfect bloodline, this perfect little clan of cannons if they're not all living under the same household with the same culture, the same traditions, the same practices. It's not going to be a good idea. I just don't believe that it's going to be I don't believe that it's what a lot of guys perceive it to be. I think a lot of dudes sit there and think, I'm going to have 8, 9, 10 kids and it's going to be this big old family and this big old this and this big old that. And it's like, yeah, if you have the same kids with the same woman, or maybe the same kids with 2 women. But if you have children, a whole bunch of children with 6, 7 different women, and I get the appeal of it, I get the appeal, you're not going to be able to create a strong, stable family structure. So it's like Nick Cannon, like, impregnating all these chicks from a masculine, like, perspective. Like, yeah, like, it's probably cool to grab all these beautiful women and have all these children with all these beautiful, good-looking women and have all these, spread your seed and all of this other stuff. It's cool and all, but the real beauty of it is being able to raise the next generation, see them grow, teach them things like how to fish, how to change tires, how to hunt, how to do, how to cook, traditional family meals, how to, maybe your family prays a certain way. Maybe you have a certain family religion or a family denomination or, music or whatever the case might be. These things get lost within the family when these kids aren't living in the same household together. Sure, they share the same last name, but that's as far as it goes. So ultimately, I hope Nick Cannon considers that, thinks about that, and tries to find a way to really tighten the family. Because, when you have all these different kids by all these different mamas, bro, it's almost impossible to keep them in the same family culture and under the same family umbrella. So hopefully Nick Cannon can figure that all out. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Nick Cannon saying his haircut got him feeling like he can impregnate the whole world. And he's talking crazy. He's talking crazy. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm sure some of y'all support what Nick is doing, so I want to hear from y'all, hear what y'all got to say. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.